Good morning, and thank you for taking the time to be here today. Is it just me, or do you have a million subscriptions as well and have a little bit of fatigue about trying to manage them? Fresh Squeeze is a quick reminder to do those good things for yourself and your money, and a few quick tips on how to get started. My name is Kelly Reddy-Heffner, and I'm a financial planner. And although there is no one size fits all solution to your finance, you should start somewhere to do the good things you want to do. And here's a few quick tips on how to get started. Today's theme, as I alluded to, is managing the millions of subscriptions that you have going on in your household. So I use this as my excuse, but honestly, I don't think it really is one. We have 3 sub households with 2 college students, so I'm attempting to manage 3 versions of things going on. But even if I didn't have that, and even though I do have that, it's still an endeavor worth working on. So at a recent inventory, I discovered a surprisingly large amount of streaming and service subscriptions, and we decided to take a look and see what we have and what we want to keep. So a little bit of a slight over dramatization that I have a million, but we seriously have a large number. So if you want to take an inventory, I would start with looking at your credit card statements. So make a list of the monthly subscriptions that you see listed. Try to make sure you know what they are, and sometimes that can be a little bit confusing. There is usually a 1-800 number associated with the charge where you could call if you needed to. But take a look at what's listed, make a list of the monthly, and then talk about how often you're using them and divide them into categories. Cancel now. I haven't used this since I can't remember when. Maybe it's I kind of use this, but I'm not sure. I need to figure out what this is. So maybe that goes into a more investigation, or within 3 months. This is either a keeper or a cancellation. But put a reminder on your calendar and make sure you keep track. And then also the ones that you do want to keep and you do enjoy and do utilize. Also check the cost. You might have to go back a couple statements, or if you've had a subscription for a while, like what did it look like a year ago? Because prices change, and make sure that the cost is consistent with what you're willing to pay for what you're getting. So if something has gone up in cost, that's an opportunity to maybe call and reach out, which is a really super fun task, but unfortunately this is the way it goes. There's room for negotiation. You just have to be willing to make the phone call and to block out some of your time. I would suggest having another activity going at the same time so you feel like it's a win-win. I'm not usually an advocate for multitasking, but this is a scenario where it could be beneficial. So then next you want to look at your annual subscriptions. You're going to do the same thing, kind of go back, take a look at your statements on your bank account or your credit card. Credit cards usually give you a nice annual that you should have gotten in January or February of annual charges, and they'll often categorize them in a great space as well. So you could go back and look at that as well to see, like, what are my annual? Same process. Eliminate now. Do not use. I am thinking about it. I might have a use for it. I'm not sure. Put that reminder on the calendar, or this is a keeper. I love it. We had a fair number of items listed as Apple. We see clients at times that have lots of Apple things pulling up. If you have an Apple product, phone, or iPad, you can go under settings, select your name, select subscriptions, and that will show you your active and inactive Apple subscriptions there. You can easily select to cancel items there if need be. There are services that can help with this activity. Obviously, it's annoying. That's a reason why services start to exist, is to try to alleviate that irritation from you doing it. I do recommend, though, that you do it on your own. One, it's a good exercise to see what you have going on, and 2, you don't want to start another subscription that then you need to manage and cancel. But if you need the help of a service, check a few out, do your due diligence, and make sure it works for you. There are lots of opportunities for some of our services to also be provided by other services. For example, your cell phone provider might actually also provide a free or a discounted streaming service. So make sure once you make your list of the ones that you want to keep, that you do look into, could you bundle? Could you already receive that through another membership or service that you have? Today's fresh squeezed. It is spring. The days are getting nicer and longer. Do you want to spend your time streaming content, or do you want to be living the best content out there? In all seriousness, a great binge watch is important, as is your favorite fitness subscription, but pay for what improves your life. Cancel everything else and consider putting the money into your goals fund. Have a great day, and thanks for being with us this morning.